All right, everyone is racing to find the next big thing in AI, right? But what if we've all been looking in the completely wrong places? Today, we're going to dig into this really cool idea about where the real value is hiding right now. And trust me, it's probably not where you think. Let's get into it. So this is a bit of a head scratcher, isn't it? I mean, the usual advice is to build a business by solving a problem that a machine can't handle, but this idea, it flips that completely on its head. It suggests that if you're only focused on what AI can't you, you're missing the most immediate and maybe most profitable opportunity on the table. Okay, so if the gold rush isn't about building a better AI from scratch or, waiting for some far-off superintelligence, then where is the real money hiding? That is the exact puzzle we are going to solve right now. And here it is. This is the key. The opportunity isn't a single product, it's a gap. It's that very specific, really crucial space where an AI is already good enough to produce something valuable, but, and this is a big but, it's not reliable enough to just let it run wild without a human checking its work. That gap, right there, between capability and trust, that is the market.
This whole concept actually has a name, AI gap timing, and you should think of it like a very specific and maybe temporary window of opportunity. It's all about being in the right place at exactly the right time in AI's evolution. So here's the bottom line. We are in a sweet spot. AI can write code, it can draft marketing emails, it can analyze data. That output is valuable. But would you let it run your company's entire payroll or talk directly to your biggest client with zero oversight? No way. The risk is just too high. And that's the window. That's where businesses will absolutely pay for a solution.
For this opportunity to even exist, three things have to line up perfectly. First, the AI has to be genuinely good enough to create something useful. It can't be a toy. Second, it can't be perfect. The chance of it messing up has to be high enough that a business just can't accept that risk. And third, and this is the big one, you have to be able to build and sell a bridge, a service or a system that manages that risk and makes the AI safe enough to actually use. Okay, so that's the theory. It makes sense, right? But what does this actually look like in the wild? Let's break down four very distinct types of these gaps that you can go out and find and fill right now.
So this framework breaks it down into four key areas. First, you've got the truth gap. We've all seen this. AI can make stuff up that sounds totally real. The opportunity here is to build user interfaces that show the proof, that display evidence, and create signals of trust. Next up, the accountability gap. If the AI messes up, who's on the hook? The solution is to design things like clear approval workflows and audit logs. Third is the context and brand gap. Sure, an AI can copy a tone, but it doesn't get your brand's soul. The business play is to build systems, like strict rules and templates, that act as brand guardrails. And finally, there's the edge case gap. AI is terrible with weird one-off situations. The opportunity is to design safe ways for it to fail gracefully and hand things off to a human when it's confused.
So, you've found a gap. Fantastic. But now you have a massive strategic choice to make. Are you just going to slap a temporary fix on it, or are you going to build a real, lasting solution? Seriously, how you answer this one question could determine the entire future of your business. And this slide lays out the two paths perfectly. On one side, you have the people patch. This is basically just throwing humans at the problem, having people fix and polish every single thing the AI spits out. It's great for getting revenue in the door fast, but it doesn't scale, and your business model gets weaker every time the AI gets better. But on the other side, you've got the system bridge. This is where you turn human judgment into a reusable structure. Think templates, workflows, and rule sets. It's harder to build, for sure, but that bridge becomes a massively valuable asset that scales and actually holds its value even as the underlying AI gets smarter. Which brings us to the real endgame here, the ultimate prize in this whole new economy. It's not just about bridging one little gap. It's about owning the entire layer that sits between the raw AI model and the person trying to use it for their business. So who is perfectly positioned to build these bridges and own this operating layer? Well, it's designers and strategists. Why? Because their core skill is literally taking something vague and subjective, like brand voice or user trust, and turning it into concrete operational rules, workflows, and interfaces. And that is exactly what building a system bridge is all about. So let's just boil this all down. The quick and easy money, it's in being that people patch, manually fixing the constant stream of AI mistakes. But the real long-term power, the real value, that comes from building and owning the system bridge,
That's the operating layer of rules and workflows that makes a powerful but kinda unreliable AI actually deployable in the real world. And that leaves us with the one big question you should be asking yourself about any AI project you're working on. Take a really hard look at your strategy and ask, am I building a temporary fix that's just going to be automated away in a year or two? Or am I building the permanent operating layer that everyone else is going to depend on? The choice is yours.